And yo, what's happening, guys? What's happening? I missed you guys last week, but today we will be talking about pixie frogs. If you don't know what a pixie frog is, if you've been following my channel for the past couple years, the pixie frog that I had, his name was Peanut, and he was huge. He was like a some people thought in my facility that when they came in, they thought that he was just like a plushy figure inside of a tank. So they get pretty big, like the size of a football. So yeah, we're going to be diving into speaking about this frog that comes from the I forget which part of Africa exactly. I think it's in West Africa, like where the ball pythons come from. But don't quote me on that. But anyways, this frog is an African bullfrog, known as also the pixie frog. I have I don't know why they call it a pixie frog. It does not stay pixie for long. This thing gets huge, and I believe it is between the third or the fourth largest frog in the world. So I'm gonna turn this camera around, and we're gonna get to a visual on this frog, and I'm gonna tell you guys what it eats, how big it's going to get, what enclosure you guys should be able to get it, uh, what enclosure you can put it in. Like, if you get one from a reptile show or breeder, because majority of the time you'll get one like the size of like a little small peanut, hence the name Peanut of my old picture frog. That's why I named it Peanut. But I'm gonna turn this thing around just so you guys can get a cool little visual really quick. Let me see how I can turn this thing. Okay, here we go. So yeah, this right here, guys, is the pixie frog, the African bullfrog. Let me see if I can get a hold of them. And these guys are very, very aggressive eaters. I've had this one. This isn't my pet. This one is for sale. Uh, I've had this one for maybe about a good, maybe maybe a month and a half. But at this size, I would say he is roughly around after becoming, after getting out of that tadpole stage. I would say this guy is probably around maybe 5 months from being a tadpole and all that, and then becoming a froglet. And to this guy, I would say about 5 months. I could be wrong. I'm still learning every day, as we all are. So let's get into the diets. At this size right here, this guy can eat literally anything, but you want to keep them on insects. So the insects, what they do is, like dusted crickets, dusted dubia roaches. Uh, you can do super worms, but super worm I've had bad experiences with super worms. So when I was selling them in my shop, people would feed them super worms and they wouldn't make it. And I think it was because they loaded them up on super worms. So I'm going to demonstrate him eating a cricket so that you guys can see. This one isn't dusted, but I'm going to show you guys his feeding response. And I think this one's a girl, actually. I don't think this one's a male. So she may not get as big. I think the females are a bit smaller. So I'm gonna drop the cricket in here really quick. And once he or she knows that the cricket is in there, it's maybe because it's in the water right now, and he's a little distracted on what he sees outside as well. Oh, there he goes. Wow. See if I can find another one in here. Yeah, so like I said, these guys are aggressive eaters. Um, I mean, and they will pretty much dominate anything you put in there. Anything that's moving, it's going to get it. Uh, and so what we'll talk about for setup wise, for this size right here, I would recommend like a ten gallon, 20 gallon. You don't have to go too big too soon, because they do also like to burrow in their dirt. Right now, I have him in this critter cage, this little critter set up here, and he just sits right there in that little hole that he dug, and he has some water right there. So this is just a temporary cage for him, obviously, because he is not, like my pet. Like I said, I get these guys in, and people, order them online. So I don't really keep them for too long. So my setups are just a little different than the average person, the average keeper. Um, but I do know how to keep them. So, like I said, this size, I would say about 10, 20 gallon. Once it get to, let's say, the size of a football, like maybe a little smaller than the size of a football, I would say maybe about a 40 gallon you can max out. I mean, you can go bigger, you know what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you want to, design the habitat. But this guy is just amazing. Look at that. Look at the spots on him, on his chin. This is why I think that it's a female, really, because the males really don't have the spots, I don't think. And then I think the female has like this line, this distinct line on the back. Oh man, that's awesome. And guys, yes, I am at my home because I still am getting my place, my establishment set up. So just kind of bear with me. You guys know how I am when I get in my shop in that type of setting. It gets crazy with the content. Look, you can see his little nose as well. But yeah, this guys is the Pixie, and let me turn this thing back around. Let's see. All right, there we go. So we're gonna take a quick break, real quick. I'm gonna let the sponsors do their thing, and they're gonna roll that so you guys can see the team and see what we got going on. And yeah, we'll see you back in 1 second.
What's Colubrid Fest?
What?
You understand now? Peace out, Pharrell. I'll see you there.
All right. So I'm gonna give you guys a few more little facts before we get out of here. Look at this. You want to always make sure that your hands are clean as well. And if you are holding a frog, here's one way to hold them. and it is by the legs because the legs that's that's where all their power comes from. So if you're gonna get a frog, don't hold their legs too hard. But you see, he's cut off. His legs are cut off, so he can't like just hop away. But this is a way that you can successfully hold a frog. See if it can focus, just like that. And uh, I mean, it's still slippery. Look, he's still trying to go. Or like this, gently just place your thumb over top of the body. Just give it a nice little squeeze, just a little squeeze. But yeah, they can't go nowhere, guys. And this is totally safe for them. Cat fur, you know. But yeah, this is totally fine for them. And this is the pixie frog, guys, the African bullfrog. He wants to get away. I'm gonna put him back in his enclosure, his temporary enclosure. But yes, make sure if you guys want a frog, make sure your hands are clean. Make sure you do your research. Um, I mean, if you have any questions about any frog, like this pixie frog, if you just picked up a pixie frog, you can always give me a message. I can give you some details. This guy is a carnivorous frog. He will be eating other frogs, other like lizards, mice, rodents, insects. So I mean, this guy can eat literally everything. So Um, but you don't want to feed them too much. As a baby, they can eat literally every day. They can eat some crickets, some roaches every day. But once they get bigger, you don't want to feed them. I see a lot of people feeding them like rodents and meat all the time. You want to kind of space it out because that's not what they're eating in the wild all the time. Like they're catching like these millipedes, centipedes, um, all the ground dwelling like these big old grasshoppers. You know what I'm saying? So they're eating they have a variety of a diet, and that's what you want to do when you get a pixie frog. Don't just load them up on rats all the time because that can also back them up. It can what's the word I'm looking for? It's impaction, and sometimes it does get hard for them to digest if especially if the husbandry isn't proper. So make sure the husbandry on any animal is like on point because that will definitely up the food drive. If and that goes for any animal. Any animal you have, if that husbandry is on point, they're gonna that food, that metabolism gonna keep going like that. Give me more, give me more, give me more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, make sure you guys do that. And yeah, we'll comment below and let me know which animal you want to see me talk about next. These are just a few quick fun facts about the pixie frog. And yeah, thanks for joining us today, and we will see you in the next one.